Started another video. Was a pretty good upgrades that I just bought, and explaining a little bit more about the wheel and tire setup that I do have for this F100, and just gonna continue working on this truck. Yeah. What's up? Yeah, here it is, another day at the shop or the garage. I sometimes call it the lab because I'm always experimenting with something in here. Sometimes catches fire, but oh well. It's raining today. Not able to push this thing outside of the garage and into a fresher environment to work on it. Just been working on little things here and there. So like I said in my previous video, I was going to talk to y'all about my wheel setup. So let me show y'all what that's about. All right, right now the hood is just on. Doesn't have any latches or pins or anything like that attached. It's just sitting on top of the truck. Still need to put in my windshield. Still need to put in the rear glass and the driver's side glass. But here goes my wheel setup. So the front wheels and the back wheels, of course, the wheel setup is Rocket Racing, and I have 20-inch wheels all the way around. 18-inch wheels seem to just a tad bit too small for my taste. I mean, I'm not gonna slam the truck. The truck is gonna be this height as y'all see it right now, which is not super low. I don't have anything tucked in the back. I don't like the way it looks with the wheel tuck, but I mean, to each his own. That's just my opinion. Maybe the front might need to go down maybe an inch or two at most. But like I was saying, the front wheels, those are 20 by 10, and the wheels all the way around there, the lug pattern is a 5 by 4.5, and the front wheels have a 6-inch offset or back spacing. The rear has a 5.5-inch back spacing, but the rear, the only difference is they're 20 by 12. So difference of 2 inches in the back. That's why I have a bigger lip with that specific offset. Let me show y'all a little bit. I've been pretty busy in the garage, so there's my lip, and I did have to cut the fenders out. Well, the tubs, I mean. I did have to cut those out, but I will be fixing those. All right, y'all, let me show you the setup on the transmission that I got this past weekend. All right, y'all don't mind this right here. Y'all don't mind the sway bar. I got to put it on. But as some of y'all recognize this is actually a Tremec T56 that I bought for this truck. And no, I wasn't having plans on putting a manual transmission to this truck because it's gonna be my daily, and I don't, I just want to just chill out and cruise. But because of the horsepower eventually that this thing will be putting down, I went ahead and got one of the best transmissions to get, and yeah, that's how I wound up with the T56. Well, anyway, the guy's motor blew up on him. He had this transmission, he had it built. Even though he says he had it built, I'm still gonna tear it apart eventually, and I'm still gonna upgrade a lot of different things. I need a new throwout bearing because they cut the lines on it and kind of messed them up. It's actually hydraulic, not manual or mechanical. He also gave me the flex plate. He also gave me the clutch, and he gave me a bunch of bolts, stuff like that, to go with this T56. And he showed me the motor that he blew up and whatnot, and it was sitting right outside of the car. Car had no motor in it, and he was gonna go ahead and put an automatic transmission in the vehicle. Guy was selling it for 1,200 bucks, 1,300 bucks, something like that. And I wound up talking them down to 900, and that's how I got it. So now with the amount of power that I'm gonna be putting down with this truck eventually, which I'm looking into 800 to 1,000 horses eventually, especially with all the parts that I've bought so far from it that I haven't revealed to y'all yet. I will need a good transmission like this. So hey, saw it at a good price, went ahead and snatched it up. I just had one little problem: the bell housing. Man, I wish I didn't have to buy that bell housing, because nobody in the world sells a bell housing that'll connect the T56 to a 351 Windsor. So guess what? I had to look at bell housing from QuickTime Performance. Now let me show y'all what I have now. Alright, so here I have the QuickTime bell housing adapter, I guess you would call it. And man, it's 2022 and we're in April. So right now, at this time, I guess of sales or whatever you want to call it, it's setting me back $903 after taxes and shipping and everything. And I really hate the fact that I had to spend that much money just to get a bell housing that fits on this thing, but it is top of the line, so I guess, man, whatever. I mean, I couldn't find nothing else, so I don't know. I got it. I did just install these locks right here, and I should have sanded them so they could look brushed, because I freaking hate chrome with a passion. But they were extremely easy to put in, so they're extremely easy to take out. I'll go ahead and do it tomorrow or something like that. But I was adjusting the ride height on this truck with some aftermarket shackles that I bought. Some of y'all know that I already put a 94 Ford Explorer rear end in here, which is the Ford 8.8. I know, like, oh, well, y'all get rid of the 9-inch. I didn't want the 9-inch. I mean, it was going to cost me a whole lot more to be able to build it up the way I wanted it. And I just went ahead and got this one. Of course, I'm going to weld the tubes onto the pumpkin. And I'm just going to do, some different things. But I did want the caliper and the rotor set up in the back also for good braking, better handling. And eventually I will get rid of these leaf springs for 4-link, but that's later on. But like I said, I was adjusting. Some of y'all know there's some adjusting issues that you're gonna have to do on the bottom of the truck if you do get this one, because it the pinion angle sits pretty high whenever you install these on top of the leaf springs. But I was able to make adjustments to get the perfect ride height that I want, as y'all can see. So you can see the whole tire. That's exactly what I wanted. The tire actually sits inside of the wheel well, but so I don't have to get the inner fenders rolled or anything like that. But that's a perfect ride height that I wanted. I didn't want it any lower. I had it where it's a little bit higher. I didn't like it. I had too much of a rake on it. No, I didn't like it. So I was able to adjust it perfectly. Alright, so basically the next couple things that I'm gonna do to this truck is I'm gonna go ahead and do some body work. And after the body work, I'm gonna go ahead and prime it. And after I prime it, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and just put the windshield in and put the back window in, and the other one put the seat, and make some adjustments inside. I still need to fix this side's ride height and connect the drive line, and hopefully that the C6 transmission that's in there already is worth a damn. Because if it's not, well, I guess I'm gonna throw this one in right here, and that'll be a wrap just for now. Because I'm still gonna paint the back, still gonna paint the hood, still got some minor touch-ups that I need to do on the back of the cab and then on top on top of the cab right here on the passenger side. And I don't know, I might get the piece where it deletes the bumper and it just like the front valance, I guess you would call it. And I know it's not too expensive, but I mean, I kind of like the way the truck looks like this. Kind of starting to look a little funky with it, with the bumper on it, but I guess. Alright, y'all, that was just a quick update on this truck. Just giving y'all maybe not such a quick update, but just letting y'all know where I'm sitting at with the truck. I also just remembered need to fix the power steering because I don't have the hoses hooked up yet. And we're kind of getting close, getting a little close. To the next video, keep wrenching, keep your heads up. See you on the next one.